she runs really fast, she's really strong, and she talks really loud like me. So we're a really good fit. It's awesome to have her on our team, and she's going to give you guys a ton of information. She's got a wealth of knowledge for sure. So we're excited, and we're happy, and I'm going to go grab some tidbits while you leave this. Thank you, Heather.
I know most of you guys, or a lot of you guys, and you've heard me yammer on about different things, but today we're going to focus on nutrition. And I want to open right now with something my husband told me, and he is right here. He had these words of wisdom. He says, Heather, there's 3 things you don't discuss at the dinner table in polite conversation. And the first one is politics, and the second one's religion, and the third one is nutrition. Right? Because nutrition to people, for some people, is a religion. And you start talking about what maybe might help them or might not, and they just shut. You see the look on their face, just, you are now talking about my kimchi, right? So, in case you don't know, kimchi is a sauerkraut. So if you've ever had to have a discussion with somebody about what's good to eat, what's not good to eat, you'll hear 1,000 different ideas and 1,000 different concepts. You'll hear things that worked for people, that didn't work for people. If you've been alive long enough, like I have been, you've seen a lot of things on television, in magazines. You've seen the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet, the well, of course, paleo we're going to talk about today. You've seen the grapefruit, the soup diet, all of these things. So what I want to talk about today is just taking it back a little bit to the science, so you understand at a basic level what's happening, so you can make those decisions for yourself. So you don't have to label your diet or nutrition as a word. You don't have to call it paleo or I'm this. And I guess unless you're a vegan, because then you're stating that you're not eating any of those things. But essentially, you want to eat for a way that's going to make you healthier. And the number one question I get asked sometimes in these, not these seminars so much, but in overall, people will ask me and say, Heather, what kind of protein powder do you drink? And I think to myself, protein powder is essentially a whole combination of things stuffed into a powder that comes in a big tub, right? It goes under your cupboard. You're like, where do we put the protein powder? It's so huge. So it's tucked under there. And my question to you guys is, what are you looking for? So we're going to get to protein powders. What are you looking for in your health and nutrition? So I'm going to start the seminar. Since a lot of you know me in the gym for what I do, you don't actually know some of my background. So I'm just going to fire through a little bit of background. John, if we could get the lights, that'd be super. Don't fall asleep. Okay, fat got your tongue. Everything you wanted to know about eating fat, losing fat, and embracing your inner fat. And let's see if this guy works. There it is. Okay, when I was 6. Yeah, I know. This could be a long seminar. When I was 6, yeah. Oops. Oh, hang on. I wanted to be an Olympic gymnast. Sure did. And this is some of you guys will know. There it is, the handstand. But they said I'd be too tall when I was in gymnastics. And I was like, oh, that's disappointing. So. You guys know why Heather can walk around on her hands at the gym all the time. Right. You ask me, you say, how do you do that? And I'm like, I've been doing it for 100 years. So that's how you get good at doing a handstand. When I was 14, I wanted to go to fame school. Anybody else want to go to fame school? Anybody know what fame school? Yes? Yeah. Oh. You did any, what is, so you're, how old are you? 18. Okay. Do you know Glee? Yes. Yeah, okay. Glee is the 1980s fame school. Or fame school is the 1980s Glee. Something like that. So I wanted to go to fame school. Oh, my clicker's not working. But my parents didn't think it was a good profession, so I skipped that. So, sorry, my clicker's not working very well. Dun, 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 dun. Can you be manual slide guy? So I started track and field. I became really good at track and field. I went to the Canada Games, got a gold medal. I went to the Pan Am Games. I did, next. Oh, here we go. Maybe not. So I won lots of these. I won so many. This is not working. I won so many that I went to school in Arizona on a track and field scholarship. And while I was there, I didn't study fame school, but I studied biochemistry. So if you're interested in, this is why I can talk to you at a cellular level on what's going on with some of these nutritional ideas. I'm sorry, this is painful. So I came back from university. I became a personal trainer. There were no jobs. I said, I'm going to be a personal trainer. I started my speaking when I was 24 and started to talk to corporations about being healthy and what you needed to do that. Then I met this guy. It was a little bit later. We both did some of this. This is some adventure racing. So I traveled around the world doing adventure racing, raced in some of the biggest races. Adventure racing is a multidiscipline sport that has you doing kayaking and biking and all that kind of stuff. And then I used some of these skills in some very scary places. So this is New Zealand. That's at 8,000 feet, 8,000 feet above sea level. And it was a high line that you had to pull yourself across. Then I had one of these. Well, we did. And then another one. And then a third one, right? I didn't drink it. I just rested it there. And eventually, there we all are. So you guys know us, you see us around the gym, and we have a family. And so in the process of my life, I know the seminar is about nutrition, but we started an adventure racing company. I did hundreds, if not thousands, of fitness appraisals and tests. I listened to a million stories about people's health and their wellness and why they were sick and what they needed to do. And in the process, I learned a lot about nutrition and why it works and why it doesn't work. I also just finished writing a book on happiness, which of course there'll be a plug at the end. And while I was raising 3 kids, running a business, and writing a book, I got fat. So, all this stress, and this was never me. I was a borderline Olympic athlete. I was ripped, toned, cut. I could do a million everythings all the time. And then life started to take over, right? And so this was a struggle for me because being someone that had never gained weight, I didn't know what to do. I had told people for years what to do, right? With the I know what to do, I don't really know what to do. So it took this point in my life to get to the basic level of really, really how all of this works. Sorry. I might just get you to manually press it for me, Mark, just forward. And then I got thin. And again. So you're just going to, can I get a presser? And then I gained weight. And one more time, Michelle. And then I lost it again. So the question, here was the question I had to ask myself, and I'm going to ask you guys the same question today. When I was super fit and doing everything, I had nothing else in my life but fitness and health and nutrition, and I am the temple, and it is me, and then life starts to get involved in your world. And the question that I want to ask you, and I want you to think about all day today, or all for the next 45 minutes, is what is your goal? What is your goal for your nutrition? Are you looking to be stronger? Are you looking to complete the WODs faster? Are you looking to lose weight? Are you looking, people use the word tone. I'm sure we'll talk about that, but there's a lot of toning going on. Are you looking to lose some body fat? What is your goal? Because the nutritional elements that I give you, or the ideas that I give you, are going to be directly related to what your goal is. Until you have that goal, you can talk to me blue in the face about vitamin D, about sauerkraut, about anything that's out there, any little bit, and it doesn't matter, because if it's not moving you forward to where you want to be, it's not going to work. So we have to think about that in the big picture.